The state law sets out that the Board of Supervisors appoints a replacement to serve out his term. It doesn't set out a process. It just says the Board of Supervisors does it. If the supervisors have trouble, if they tie, for example, in deciding whom to choose, the clerk of the Board of Supervisors casts a tie-breaking vote. In the longer term, Richard Elías was going to be running for re-election. His wife has withdrawn his papers to run for election, so he will not be on the ballot. Others are trying to, at the last minute, gather as many signatures as they can to be on the primary ballot, but it's unclear how many will actually be able to do that.
How do you collect signatures given there's a statewide stay-at-home order?
It's a really difficult proposition. Of course, people aren't going to be friendly in most cases to candidates who come and knock on doors because nobody wants to get close to each other. And of course, you don't want to handle the pen and all that sort of thing. This does favor probably candidates who have a political apparatus they can lean on. I'm thinking here of Adelita Grijalva. She's had some drive-up opportunities to gather signatures so that petition signers can simply, stay in their car even.
There is a possibility for the board to actually just name a replacement in the interim. Is that correct?
On April 7th, at the board meeting, they are scheduled to discuss how to proceed. The new chair of the Board of Supervisors is Ramon Valadez. He was vice chair. Richard Elías was chair. Ramon Valadez told me that he wants to name somebody who will be, for lack of a better word, a caretaker, somebody who will not be seeking the office in the election. So there's a possibility that that's what they will do. However, I'm sure there will be some desire, perhaps some pressure to appoint Adelita Grijalva to the seat that her father occupied before Richard Elías did. It would be a continuation of the kind of legacy.
If that were to occur, could she continue serving on the Tucson Unified School District Board, or do we even know?
My understanding is that yes, she could, and that she wants to serve in both capacities for some period. It certainly could be difficult over the long run. She also has a job, and so she would have to leave that job if she were to be both a supervisor and a school board member.
And Tim, Supervisor Elías spent nearly 2 decades on the Board of Supervisors. What sort of legacy did he leave behind?
Certainly a legacy as someone, a progressive, someone who was dedicated to labor causes, thinking often about the poor. I'll give you an example. He was the one person on the Board of Supervisors who in recent years wasn't convinced that road conditions are really the top concern for Pima County residents. He was still more concerned with issues of poverty and opportunities, housing, that sort of thing, than he was with road conditions.
Okay, Tim Steller joining us with some insight on the Pima County Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
Thank you.